So, hi guys, good afternoon again and welcome. I hope you are well. So continuing on to SQL Server discussion and specifically T-SQL Language. T-SQL is essentially a language you can, as I've already said previously, is a language to extract the data and modify it. But what the T-SQL language can also do is it can also create tables, it can create views, it can grant and revoke permissions, functions of that, and the various functions. So there is something called, you may hear, data definition language, also known as DDL. There is also data manipulation language, DML, and there is data control language, okay, and then there's also transaction control language, TCL. So there's DDL to define, or for example to create a table. There's DML, data manipulation language, for example select, update or delete. There is data control language, which is essentially to grant and revoke permissions to the data. Transaction control language, which is begin tran or rollback tran, which stands for transaction. Okay, so there's also, these are the key bits, but there's also control of flow statements. So there is the normal, for example, you can use if conditions within T-SQL itself. You can use other aspects. Okay, so those are the control of flow statements, as you might refer to them. Okay, and that's pretty much it in terms of what the T-SQL language is made up of. So there's different components of the language. The main ones that you probably will use at the beginning is the data manipulation language, DML. But of course the DDL, data definition language, is a popular one because you will be creating tables to start off with. Advanced stuff, data control language, creating various other bits. You probably will not use that initially. And then there's transaction control language, TCL, which is you will be using it indirectly because everything in T-SQL runs as a transaction. So there's implicit transactions and there are explicit transactions. Implicit transactions essentially mean that SQL Server will actually run your code as a transaction itself. You don't need to tell it otherwise to not do so. And explicit transactions are when you actually want to execute transactions in a specific order and you want to be explicit about it. So yeah, so that's pretty much it I wanted to touch on. Leave any comments and please do like and subscribe as it supports me. Thank you.